Hello everyone, I'm Joshua.
And I'm Abe.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Josh too.
Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here. And today I'm going to be reviewing Gran Torino from 2008.
Tom wants to say something.
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
For trying to steal your car.
I have to make amends. Just don't let it slip out of your little girl hands.
Come on, let's go.
Get off my lawn. Those guys were here.
Just a gang. This is gonna end today.
You got your whole life ahead of you. But me, I finish things. That's what I do.
Gran Torino, rated R. Now playing in select cities everywhere January 9th.
Gran Torino stars B. Vane, Brian Haley, John Carroll Lynn, William Hill, Clint Eastwood, and is directed by Clint Eastwood. The plot of Gran Torino is that retired auto worker, war veteran, and widower Walt Kowalski, portrayed by Clint Eastwood, is waiting out the rest of his life. His neighbors have all moved or passed away, replaced by hmong immigrants he despises, and aimless gangs of African American and Latino teenagers. Then, someone tries to steal his prized Gran Torino, and by standing up to the thieves, Walt becomes the unintended hero who changes the lives of his neighbors, especially of a boy being pushed into crime by local gangs, and of his own life as well. What are my positives to Gran Torino? Honestly, for me, let's see, where can I even start with this? Now, before I get into my positives and negatives, I must admit, this is the first ever Clint Eastwood movie I've ever seen. I know, guilty as charged. This was one that both my parents recommended, and and other people too, and said it was a good one for me to start out with as far as, starting to watch Clint Eastwood movies. And I think they're right. This one was a really good one to start out with. Like, for me, I really dug the story. I dug the characters. I don't know, I can't really describe it. Just everything's so good. The acting, the cinematography, the editing, the music, the direction's good. Really good. I especially really dug Clint Eastwood in this. Again, my first time watching one of his movies. And he's a terrific actor in this, especially. I haven't seen any of his other films again, but in this one, he is a terrific actor and nailed what this character was, actually. Also, this film actually has some quite suspense in it, and there's some emotional moments. I think anything really that you ever really want in a movie, actually. Plus, I think it's a film that's actually timeless. Yeah, I think it's timeless, actually. Now, this film does discuss upon racism in that, and I think it handles it much better than films now these days, and that, which the way they discuss it now these days is very dated. And, some people would probably see this film as racist, just in general. But I think the reason why Clint Eastwood's character kind of has, at the start, have some sort of deep-seated racism is because of what happened between him and, just what he went through with the Korean War, which, here's the thing about war. Sometimes war could affect you in a lot of ways. I mean, there's been tons of people with post-traumatic stress from wars. I mean, hell, my father was actually in Operation Desert Storm. I think it did affect him greatly. So war can affect you in different ways. In really bad ways, too. I can honestly say that if you were somebody who was in a war, like in the Korean War, and then you probably would have some form of racism on both ends, because the war really took a toll on you, both physically and mentally. And see, that's the stuff I like, where it gets really deep with this, but not too deep where it's kind of like, over dramatic and that, and it fleshes out the characters more in that. And I really also like the relationship between Clint Eastwood's character and, the boy he befriends, and that, his next door neighbor. And I really dug their, kind of, almost seemed like a father-son type of relationship that it kind of, built over the course of the movie. Also, this was another film that for the most part, I did not saw what they were, I could not see what was going to happen in this film. It's like there's times where it tries to be, it's going to do one thing, and you're like, oh, this is what's going to happen, and then it switches around, and it's like, I guess it wasn't going to do that. And even when it does do that stuff, it does it in a way that you don't see it coming. Like, wait, is he going to do this? And it's like, oh no, this happened instead. I love stuff like that. And knowing that, for some weird reason, because I never really saw, I didn't really know what year this film came out in until I had to look it up for my review. And I honestly thought it was made in the 90s or something like that, because it had that feel going, that vibe going for it a bit. Just a little bit, not too bad. But no, it actually was made in the, late 2000s, actually. And, because I was thinking, this is a movie that probably wouldn't be made now these days, and apparently was made during now these days. And I gotta say, this movie has some balls. It has some legitimate balls, which I greatly respect it for. I mean, I don't know what else I could say about this movie that other people haven't. It's just a really damn good movie. What are my negatives with Gran Torino? Honestly, for me, I can't even think of a single negative. I really can't. So I guess we'll go to my rating then. So that said, I'm going to give Gran Torino a 5 out of 5 stars. This is a damn good movie. I was not expecting anything this great out of it. I thought I might have liked it okay, it was okay, maybe a little bit boring, but okay. But I was surprised by this movie, legitimately. Now I'm definitely going to feel like I have to start watching more Clint Eastwood movies, because this one was a damn good one. And I'm hoping that the other ones he's done are as good. Which, if that's the case, I'll probably review those movies too. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and get off my